What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. We're going to Aggie Land. Coach Jimbo Fisher and his staff have been doing work on the recruitment trail in recent weeks, and their latest commitment has them bumped up into the top 10 according to 24/7 in complete team recruiting rankings in the 2024 class. But before we get into that, we've noticed that they've been trying to ramp up that recruiting room recently with the commitments of Jalen Hornsby as well as Traylon Mitchell. Jimbo Fisher has been on a tear. Like we mentioned, he got Mitchell out of Texas, grabbed Hornsby, 2 4-star recruits in the respective 2024 class, 2 good pass catchers, but he may have just landed the crown jewel in this class, Cameron Coleman. He's a 5-star rated recruit out of Alabama, and he's the 2nd overall receiver in the 2024 class. The second coming of Megatron. Yeah, that Megatron, Calvin Johnson. Now you might ask, who the heck is Cam Coleman and what does his commitment mean? Well, that's what we're about to get into. So let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Most people thought that he was a lock for Auburn because he's from Alabama, and the staff had been throwing the kitchen sink at him, trying to land Coleman and make him a War Eagle. But not only did he get away from Auburn, but he escaped Bama as well. Now, Alabama wasn't in his final list of schools, but Auburn was, so it was a lot of noise thinking that he would stay home. But Jimbo Fisher, that bad man, said, no, wait a minute. We got room for you at College Station. And he mentioned that he had visited the school 3 times and that they made him feel like home and just treated him with so much love every time he visited. And another key note, you never forget your first. They were his first offer that he ever received. And that due diligence paid off, because Coleman is coming to College Station. Now, he's been compared to Megatron, Calvin Johnson, as well as former Georgia product who's also from close to where he's from in Alabama, George Pickens. Looking at the tape, the first thing that jumps off the screen is the physicality, the toughness. It is absolutely going to take more than one defender to bring Coleman down every single time. He is fighting for those yak yards. He's a violent runner when he catches that ball, man. He quickly transitions into a runner, from pass catcher to runner, when he snags that ball, man. He's just abusing other DBs at the high school level, and they're having to pile on. I mean, he is a grown man out there. At 6'3", 180, uses that wide catch radius to just go up above and attack the ball at the highest level. He is mossing fools out there, going up and getting it over multiple defenders. He's a crisp route runner, nice burst off the line as well. You're not going to press him. You might get put on your backside. He's quick with the plant and is ready to turn upfield immediately when he gets the ball. He caught 6 touchdowns this past season and just showed why he's one of the best receivers. Had 531 yards through the air as well, and just showing that, man, he is difficult to bring down, and that's going to serve him well, that physicality in the SEC going up against those NFL DBs. I think that he's a kid that's going to be immediately an impact player as soon as he touches campus. This is a position where Texas A&M has really needed a boost, needed some help, and they got a major weapon in Coleman who can come in, contribute right away, and be the focal point in this receiving corps really from day one, man. And he checks in as the 2nd highest recruit at the wide receiver position they've ever had in the modern era. And he's the 7th highest recruit to ever attend A&M. So they're messing around, putting together back-to-back, stacking up those top 10 classes, and really addressing big needs. Now, some scouting services have him all the way up to 11th as the 11th overall player in this class, and that's saying a lot from the receiver perspective. Now, A&M hasn't had trouble scoring points, and they're figuring out that quarterback situation. If it does happen to be Connor Weigman, if he is the guy, him and Coleman should build chemistry immediately. He has a superstar wide receiver number 1 in the making. I mean, this kid is just absolutely built for SEC football. I mean, you see him stiff arming, just violently breaking through tackles, man. He is carrying kids on his back out there. He looks like he could play in the SEC right now. And then you pair him with the other two guys that they have that they're bringing in Mitchell and Hornsby, who bring another dynamic to this receiving core. And it's exciting to see this young group coming together, man. I think this class, especially Mitchell and Coleman, I think these two guys will come in and immediately boost the stock of this receiving core, which has been a weakness for Texas A&M. But that is looking like no more, man. Like, Cameron Coleman is the real deal, and A&M fans should be ecstatic, man. This is one of those pivotal, game-changing, monumental recruits, man. And it shows that they were able to go into Alabama and beat out two of the biggest SEC powerhouses out there, get a top kid out of their state and bring them all the way to Texas, man. And it pays to be first when you're a program that gets there first, makes the initial offer. Kids do not forget that loyalty. And like we said, it pays off for Texas A&M, bringing in arguably another top 10 class. They're still in the running for a few other highly touted prospects as well, but they're currently 10th with the class they have now. Jimbo Fisher and staff are absolutely getting it done on the recruiting trail, and this is just a major, major win for A&M, man. Honestly, this 2024 class is shaping up to be a historic class for them, and they're still got a long way to go. Still think there's going to be a few more big names that sign to this group, but when you get a kid like Coleman who can go out and hopefully recruit other kids for them as well, he's going to be a guy that quarterbacks want to play with, a future pro. I mean, the scouting services are saying that they're putting him as a potential day one draft pick. Could be a first round draft pick we're talking about if he goes in and handles his business. But 6'3", 180, being compared to Calvin Johnson, playing on the outside, wide catch radius, can really just body his defender. Gonna put even more weight on him in that SEC weight program. A guy like George Pickens, who is from his same area, another receiver who plays the game violently. Those are some really, really good comparisons, and he fits that mold, Coleman does, of just being able to go up and go get it at the highest point, attack the ball, get physical with corners. Man, he's going to be seeing some double teams at the next level. I'll tell you that right now. But, hey, shout out to Coach Jimbo Fisher and staff getting it done, going into Big Bad Bama and snagging one of their prize recruits away from those two powerhouses, Alabama and Auburn. Whoo-wee, that's a power move, Jimbo. I see what you're doing, and I like it. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments and how y'all feel about the commitment. As for us, that's a wrap, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Join the membership. I got some special videos, some special content coming out for all the new members. So I appreciate y'all joining up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. I'm Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is Live with Brandon Blakeney. Until next time, hey, we out.